What are the three most important things for ensuring maximum fat loss and best results on a GLP-1? Most people know one of them, but the other two are either underemphasized or most people are doing it wrong. My name's Andrew. I'm a health coach here at PartnerMD's Richmond office. I see a lot of patients on these GLP-1 drugs. So the first thing, and the one that most people probably already aware of, is protein. So a higher protein intake is one of the things when you're in a calorie deficit and undergoing weight loss. Higher protein helps to send a signal to your body to preserve more lean mass or muscle mass. And the reason that's so important is because muscle, as you age, is if we standardize to body size and body weight, muscle is the biggest predictor of your metabolic rate over time. So the person who maintains the most muscle will in the future retain the highest metabolic rate, all other things being equal, of course. For protein on a GLP-1, how much is a question a lot of people ask. There's a bunch of formulas out there. The short answer is a gram per pound of your kind of ideal body weight is a pretty good rule of thumb to follow. They have done studies showing that even higher protein intake during weight loss has a stronger muscle preserving effect. Take a normal day or a normal week and just kind of with a food scale, a food app, track your protein intake, track your food intake, get a sense of where you're starting from on average, and then you can look at kind of targeted ways to maybe improve it a little bit more. And there'll be a point where, it's just feels like too much, it's too much hassle, it's too hard to increase it further. That's fine. We can probably get most people another increment of improvement or two from where you're starting from. And that's really what, working with the health coach can be really helpful for. So the other factor people always talk about is resistance training. Now, this is another, I'm glad that this resistance training as a type of exercise is increasing in the kind of prominence in the discourse right now. For weight loss and for people using GLP-1s, resistance training is certainly the most important type of exercise to be doing. When you're in a calorie deficit, your body is just breaking down fat. It can be breaking down muscle as well. And resistance training is another powerful signal that encourages your muscles to stick around, basically. And so whatever exercise hours you have available for you during the week, definitely prioritize resistance training. To get the most value out of resistance training, this hypertrophy style, we want to be focusing on exercises. We want to be stimulating all kind of muscle groups in the body a few times a week. And so with a health coach, we kind of tailor that plan to you, what your situation is. If a gym is not practical for you, then figure out what you can do at home, figure out what the kind of right schedule is going to be, how to fit that in. Or if a gym is an option, then we can figure out how to break that up, what exercises are best. That was protein and resistance training. The third thing, this is the one that I don't hear being talked about that much, but it's actually the most important factor for minimizing muscle loss on GLP-1 is rate of weight loss. That is the most important thing by far. So if you're losing weight, rule of thumb is you're losing weight above 1% of your body weight per week. If you weigh 200 pounds and you're losing 4 pounds a week, 5 pounds a week, and it's just really dropping off of you, then that should be a cause for concern. You don't want to have that happening that quickly. You're going to be much more likely to lose muscle in that situation. So in that, you either want to, this happens when people increase the dose too quickly, or they just, maybe they're busy and they just say, I'm not hungry, I'm not going to eat, I'm not going to, I'm just going to, skip 2 meals and have a little bites at dinner, and they just lose weight way too fast. Very solvable problem. Pay attention to your rate of weight loss, weigh yourself. If you want to get more precise, which I recommend, weigh yourself 3 times a week to daily. Take the average of that, compare week to week what the kind of trend is showing. So that would be another thing that we do here, and we, with a health coach, we do body composition monitoring. We can see how quickly things are changing. We can see how muscle is changing. If it's dropping, that's a problem. We need to kind of have a discussion and figure out some new approaches for your diet, exercise, and other things. So the Order of importance is number 1, rate of weight loss. Ideal is 1% of body weight loss per week or less. Number 2 importance is resistance training. Be doing that often enough, the right exercises, the right kind of calibration of effort, progressive overload. And then number 3 is protein intake. So kind of getting all those 3 things right, a health coach can absolutely help you do. That's what we're here. We're kind of trying to tailor all this to your lifestyle. It's not just kind of slamming in with recommendations. I'm not going to say eat 250 grams of protein, you're done. We're going to kind of break that down for you and try and, figure out what's doable. Those are the things that you need to think about to get the best results for GLP-1s. And that is what a health coach can do to help you achieve that. So if you liked this video, if you found it helpful, if you have any questions, leave a comment, like, subscribe, and tune in next time for more health info.